So here we go with another battle video. So when you first start to watch this video, it's going to look like I'm playing a theme deck, but I promise you that the title is correct, Groudon Terrakion. It's a very modified theme deck. So I decided to post this video simply to show that this deck plays a lot of my weaknesses, with Darkrai typically being one-shot by many of your very powerful fighting Pokemon and losing two prizes. They only need to knock out three Pokemon essentially to win the game. So I thought this would be just a good example of a weakness isn't the only thing. So we have a little bit of a lag in the beginning of this game. I do have a basic Pokemon, Sableye, and I'm a little confused as to why there's a heavy ball in my deck. That's not a variation that I recall, so I have a lot of battle videos, and then as I decide to, I don't have anything to upload on a particular day, I'll go through and pick out a video that I like and go ahead and do the audio for it and upload it. So a lot of these games I don't remember, which I think makes the commentary more interesting because I can kind of make the commentary and kind of, try and predict what's going to happen and what should be the better moves as we go along rather than just saying, what I'm going to be doing. So we go ahead and flip to see who goes first. I win the flip, and starts off with double Gabite. So at first I'm thinking this is going to be a Garchomp deck. Garchomp Altaria decks, that's typically the pairing that you see, are extremely fast, and yeah, so it looks like I just burned that heavy ball because I think that was a complete mistake for it being in there. Garchomp Altaria decks are the most common ones. They're very fast to set up because of the ability Gabite to search out Pokemon, so I really gotta watch what's going on. I decide to confuse Ray, which I do hit heads, so he is confused as well as doing 10 damage. And I do that because the only trainer I used was the Heavy Ball, which was useless. So there's really no reason for me to, use Junk Hunt. I'm guessing that I have Heavy Ball in. I want to say Hydreigon, the dragon one, maybe even the other one, might actually have a high retreat cost of 3, so that may be why I have it in here. It's possible, not quite sure. So he starts off with Asylum and lets him search out 3 basic energy. He put some more Pokemon on his bench, and if you've seen my theme deck battle videos or opened the theme deck from the Dragon's Exalted set yourself, you'll see this is pretty similar. So, at first I'm thinking, this is just going to be another theme deck battle, play through it, and, hopefully the next game will be something a little more difficult. But like I said, there is a Groudon and Terrakion in here, so it definitely gets more exciting later on. So, yeah, if you could stand a 15-minute video, I'd definitely stay tuned. So I go ahead and he has to pass. I attach a Dark Energy to my Darkrai and go ahead and Juniper for a fresh hand. Now that I have 2 Dark Energy in, I'm definitely going to use that Dark Patch. And I'm going to Level Ball to get a Deino out on the field so I can hopefully get my Hydreigon line started. So I love Hydreigon. It just... And I'm communicating my Hydreigon actually back in for another Deino, and it's typically the good play is to play 2 Deino at the same time. I probably don't have to worry about it with this deck, but in most decks, catchers are fairly big and fairly dangerous. So definitely don't want to do that. So yes, now that I'm going for the Heavy Ball, I do remember that Hydreigon does have a 3 retreat cost, so Junk Hunt, I give myself the Rare Candy and the Heavy Ball. That guarantees me a Hydreigon next turn. So I'm feeling pretty good. My Darkrai gives all my Pokemon with Dark Energy free retreat, so I'll be able to move that Sableye out of the way, then move that energy back up, and we'll be able to start taking some knockouts. So, again, he has to pass because he is confused. If he does risk trying to attack, he could just hurt himself more. So, I'm just going to bide my time, use that Heavy Ball for the Hydreigon, and Rare Candy up to Hydreigon. So, there's all my energy movement. Go ahead and attach a Dark to my Darkrai. And I have a feeling that I'm probably going to be ahead most of this game, so I'm going to go ahead and use my ends while I still have 6 prizes. That way I don't risk drawing them when I only have 1 or 2 prizes left and, ends up hurting me. So I get a Level Ball. I'm going to go ahead and use it on that Zweilous, or use it to get a Zweilous, and that way I'll have another Hydreigon in play next turn. So I free retreat, and I'm going to bring up his Gabite with 2 energy on it, just, you know, take out the energy on the field and make things a little more difficult for him. So I'm going to put 30 on the Phoebus, and I get a double knockout because Phoebus only has 30 HP. So I get a nice quick start here with a, it's turn 3 I believe for me, so turn 3 Darkrai and 2 prizes on a double knockout. So I get a random receiver as one of my prizes, and let's see what the second one is going to be. I'm actually delaying choosing here for a minute. I actually don't think I realized that I had the second knockout. Or I didn't realize that I hadn't taken the second prize yet, something like that. So I get a level ball that's really not useful, but I can just use that as Ultra Ball fodder to get another Darkrai in play. He does have a Marowak, and looks like there is a Gabite on the bench now. And Marowak is fighting, so I am weak to it, so Marowak may be able to do some damage to me before too long. He's going to use an energy retrieval to go ahead and get 2 energy back from his discard pile and put them back into his hand. Energy retrieval is a card that we actually have not seen in a long time, but I believe we're going to be seeing it probably in Blastoise Keldeo decks, or Keldeo, however you say the little pony Pokemon. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a lot of them in those variants, just as a form of energy acceleration. So it looks like he's communicating the bad Garchomp, and I say bad Garchomp because that is the good Garchomp. So it looks like he has modified this deck quite a bit to try and make it a much better themed deck. And that Marowak's going to hit me for 60. He also has some nice high HP right now, so it makes it a little more difficult to knock out. I have a Revive in my deck because this is an early version of my Darkrai deck where I only had... well, unless I have a Darkrai prize, I only have 1 Darkrai. So, that's probably another reason why I posted this video, is it just makes it a little more interesting. So, again, I'm going to play N for the same reason as last time. I'm going to go ahead and play it while I have a fairly high number of cards in my, to draw off of N from my prizes. That way I can save my Biancas and Junipers for later in the game if he ends me down to a very small hand. So I'm going to catcher up that Gabite, because I can go ahead and get a knockout on it, and knock that out and put a little damage on the Marowak. And that actually puts the Marowak within knockout range too. So I'm feeling really good right now. Marowak's his only Pokemon on the field. He has not taken a single prize, and I've taken 3. And at this point you're thinking, come on Cat, we're halfway through the video. You said this was Groudon Terrakion. Where's the Groudon Terrakion? So just hold on, they're coming up, pretty sure fairly soon. So here he goes with the potion, so Marowak is no longer in my 1-hit range anymore. So that Giant Cape makes things a little more difficult too, but that's alright. I think I can handle it. And we're gonna Ultra Ball. He Ultra Balls, looks like a Marowak, and I'm not quite sure what else. And he's got to go for a Pokemon. Something that's, you know, not a Phoebus, something that's going to be able to take a few hits. And there we go. I believe that is Groudon EX, and he attaches 1 to it, so that's hurting. So he hits me again for another 60, and yeah, I'm up to 120 now. Like I said, this is the deck that only has 1 Darkrai in it. So I've got those revives in hand and ready to go. So really the only thing I can do right now is just make sure that I get the energy on the field so that when he knocks out that Darkrai, I can go ahead and immediately revive it, free retreat, and then use Hydreigon to move the energy onto the Darkrai so he can keep on attacking. Bad thing is if he gets enough energy on that Groudon can just one-shot it, and then I have to start back all over from scratch again. So it looks like, yeah, right now I'm just moving around my blend energy just to make sure that I don't waste the blend. Night Spear to hit the Marowak, and does 30 to the Groudon. So, again, if he had not used that potion, that would have been a knockout on the Marowak, would have put me 2 prizes away from victory, but still not bad. If he tries to retreat, which he didn't, he hit me again, he would be within sniping range. So he goes ahead and Bone Locks for another 60, knocks it out, and he takes 2 prizes. He's only got 3 cards in hand, 4 cards, I'm sorry, in hand now. So that actually doubled his hand size, so hopefully we'll get him something good to kind of keep him back in it. I play my Revive, and I'm also going to play Super Rod to go ahead and put those Dark Energy back in, because I'm about to Juniper, and hopefully with that Juniper I'm going to be able to draw into some Dark Energy just to get some more on the field. Surprisingly, I don't. But I do hit an Eviolite, which will really help me stay alive against that Groudon. And more importantly, I hit the Max Potion. And that Max Potion is going to be crucial for keeping that Darkrai alive against that Groudon. So if he cannot one-shot me with my Eviolite attached, I'll be good for at least another turn. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat back to the Darkrai. I'm trying to retreat. Then I realize Bone Lock. No, it still says that it's the defending Pokemon, so that would have been Darkrai, and Darkrai was knocked out. So Sableye should still be able to retreat, so I'm not quite sure why it's giving me some difficulties right now. Actually, it looks like right now I'm just kind of looking over my options and checking out my discard pile, seeing, really what's in there. 3N, one Juniper, so I've got plenty of supporters left. And I decide to... Interesting. I'm going to possibly... I grab a Dark Patch. I'm essentially sacrificing the Sableye and just getting myself some more resources. And, ooh, there goes, I believe that's the Terrakion EX on the bench. So this is when it's looking a little concerning for me. I'm only up by one prize, and he's got all fighting Pokemon on the field. Very difficult for me to knock out, and Groudon is fully charged and ready to go. So, I could be in a bit of trouble. But, yeah, looks like he paid the energy cost to retreat, and he's going to Chomp to knock out my Sableye, and, oh no, sorry, he did Giant Claw. Sorry, my bad. And actually, that's, kind of what I wanted to happen. I wanted that Sableye to get knocked out, and, that way I can use my Dark Patch, get that Dark Energy back onto the field immediately. And while that does tie up the prizes, it gave me some more resources. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was really no... Unless it actually didn't... Even though I had the option to retreat, it was not letting me retreat. So maybe Marowak's Bone Lock, even if it's a glitch, actually held that Sableye in place to where I could not retreat. So maybe that's why I ended up going that route. Otherwise, it would have been better just to knock out the Marowak, put a little more damage on the Groudon, and yeah. But either way, Marowak, I believe, is still within sniping range, so when I hit that Groudon, I'll still knock out the Marowak. So really didn't make too much of a difference. Question is I probably should have used my Night Spear, my catcher, to bring out that Terrakion, and force him to have the switch, and that would have stalled for a little while and really prevented him from being able to do more damage with Groudon. Because with Tromp is doing 160 to me right now, and if he has an N to get that Max Potion out of my hand, that's gonna hurt, ending me down to 2. But we'll see what he has. He attaches an energy to the bench Terrakion, and yeah, he has to Tromp, which actually does only 140 because I have the Eviolite. And I'm feeling really good because I just won. I Night Speared previously, did him for 90. He already had 30 on him from before, and I don't know what I'm doing. I think maybe I just want to knock him out with Hydreigon. Oh, no, I'm just going through the motions and just getting rid of all that damage. But I do have the knockout on the Groudon. That'll be my last 2 prizes. So, do I not? I was gonna say, I'm hovering over the catcher like I don't have the game. So maybe I actually don't see that I have the game? I don't know. But yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I did Night Spear. Knocks out the Groudon, puts a little damage on Terrakion, not that it matters, and my last 2 prizes, a Level Ball and Rare Candy. So, probably not the most exciting video, but like I said, I thought it was a good example. All of his attackers were or his main attackers, at least the things that had hit me, were all fighting Pokemon, my big weakness, and still able to do fairly well. So, hope those of you that are thinking of running modified theme decks takes that into account. So, anyways, thanks for watching and stay tuned for tomorrow for another video.